Hello everyone, I am here with my next video, mathematical functions for Java expressions. In this, I want to tell you something about few functions, that is math.rend. I told you earlier math.rend, but few confusions were there. That's why for this video I'm again picking math.rend. I want to clear few doubts of my students, and in this video I'm talking about math.random. Math.random, from the name itself, it provides us random values, and rent is a complicated topic. That's why I'm trying to clear it out with the help of few notes what I'm providing with this video. See, first of all, java.lang package, because it is a basic thing in front of us. That's why we have to talk about it. See, java.lang is a basic thing what is already included in our programs already. It is a default package, everything is present inside it, and for creation of every program java.lang is provided inside our programs. It is default package, and one more thing, it always provides each and everything which is required, the basic things already present inside this package. That's why Java already by default provided this package inside our programs. See, rent is one of our few complicated topics. That's why I had tried to clear it out with my explanation and with my notes. With the help of book, if you are trying, then you are not able to judge rent properly. That's why I tried to create proper notes so that you can able to understand rent. See, actually, when we are having our fractional value, for example, we are having 25.52. This one is our integer part. When we are talking about integer, go with this part. And when I'm talking about fractional part, then go with this part. Because in my explanation, I'm using two terms, that is integer and fractional. See, when we are talking about odd numbers, odd integer part means 25 is odd number. Odd integer part, if I'm talking about, then move with these 2 points. And then see, after that, what you have to see? The fractional part in rent. The fractional part, if it is less than 0.5, then you have to move back towards the integer part. Means if you are having 25.24, 24 is smaller than 0.5, means it is 50. 0.50. 24 is smaller than 50. Yes, it is smaller than 50. Then you have to move towards integer part. Means you are getting 25.0. If you are having 25.5012 in this way, then see the next point. Fractional part is greater than or equals to 0.5. Means see 25.501. It is near about, equals, or greater than. That's why you have to move forward to the next integer. Means you are getting 26.0. If you are talking about odd numbers, then you have to follow this rule. It doesn't matter whether the values were negative, positive. The rules were the same for negative and positive. Same rules you have to follow for int. And for even numbers, something is different. What is that thing? See, Here in odd, less than 0.5, then we are moving backwards. But in fractional even numbers, when we are having even numbers, then what we have to do? For less than or equals to 0.5, you have to move backwards. Means less than or equals to 0.5, then you have to move backwards. Till 0.5 you have to move backwards, and after getting more value than 0.5, then you have to move forward. Means till 0.5 you have to move backward, and after 0.5 you have to move forward. After 0.5 means 0.51, 52, anything in this way, you have to move forward direction. Either it is negative or positive, doesn't matter, but in even you have to follow this, and in odd you have to follow this. These rules you have to follow, and always remember it returns double value. It is complicated one, but you have to try to understand. If you are getting through this notes, you can able to answer. See, in this example, again I am telling you, with this example I am telling you the same thing. See, first of all we are going to concentrate on even integers. Means this one, this one, this one are even integers. See, this one and this one, even integers. These were positive and these were negatives. I told you, negative positive doesn't matter, rules matter. See, when it is even, then till 0.5 it move backward direction. Means see, backward direction till 0.5. See, backward direction. But when it is more than 0.5, then it is moving forward direction. Whether it is negative or positive, doesn't matter. And see here, when we are having odd numbers, means from 0.5 we are moving forward direction. See, from 0.5 we are moving forward direction. In this way you can identify your rent. And then one more complicated topic we are having in our course, that is math.random. Still so many students were confused with the random. Try to understand what I'm saying. Go with the concept. See, actually the name random means picking value from anywhere. Means if so many students were sitting and a teacher were asking a question from you all, it is not necessary that teacher should follow a particular sequence. Means first bench, first students, then that's the second student, then third student, and after then moving towards the second bench, then first student, second student, third student. If teacher were asking question in this manner, means teacher follows some sequence. But sometimes some teacher going to ask you question, but it is not in a particular order. Sometime she may ask from the last bench corner one, then she may ask from the first bench first one, then she can move towards the middle row, anywhere, anyone, but from the students only. In this way, the picking of a student and asking question is the random order. Means order is not fixed. She can ask question from any of the student. It is a random order. And see, the same thing math.random do. Random is going to pick value between 0 to 1. It may either contain 0.1 or 0.00001 or 0.9 or 0.9999. It may provide you 0.5 or 0.527, any value and any time. But what you have to remember that it always provide you double value, because it always provide you a value between 0 and 1, and between 0 and 1 we are having everything in decimals only. You all know the number line. If you know, then you can understand. See, I had already created a number line for you all so that you can identify what I am talking about. Between 0 and 1 we are having decimal numbers. See, 0 0.1, 0 0.2, 0 0.3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 0 point, everywhere we are having 0 0.0 0 0 means double value. It never accept any value as argument. You have to remember the brackets were empty. Math dot random function bracket open close. In that function bracket, you are not supposed to write anything. Means it is it's it never accept any argument. Means I'm talking about this function bracket. If we are having random with us, you are not supposed to write anything inside the function bracket, because it never accept anything as argument. And see, I'm trying to create one program so that you can identify what I am talking about. Means in this program I created one loop, that is for loop. Why we are having for loop? Because when we want to run any statement, this one is a statement, system.out.println math.random, any line which is ended with a semicolon, that is statement. When we want to run our statement so many times, then we have to count from 1 2 3 4 5. If I am telling you, you have done something wrong, that's why you have to do 10 setups. Then what we are going to do? We have to count 1 2 till 10 times. If you have to do sit-ups, then you have to count from 1 2 till n. Till 10 we have to count any numbers teacher can provide. That's why in this program I'd written from 1 till 5 I have to count. That's why I'm using for loop. Starting from 1 I'm going to count till 5. One by one I'm going to count. I plus plus means I is equals to I plus 1, means you are moving one by one ahead. First setup means 1, then second setups 2, 3, 4, till 10 you have to do setups. In this way the loop is moving 1 2 3 4 till 5 times. But the what we are doing with the loop, we are displaying value which is provided by math.random. We are displaying that value one by one, but in different lines. Ln means new line. We are displaying each and everything in different lines. Whatever value random provide us, we are going to display in different lines. But what you have to remember, 5 times we are going to display. We can write any value here, no issues. See the output what we are having. See, a different values between 0 and 1 we are getting as output in double value. That's why it returned double. See the values, the counting of the values, the digit, it stores so many digits. That's why it always written in double. Any value between 0 and 1, 5 times I written. That's why we are having 5 different values. And now see, after doing some manipulation, random always provides value between 0 and 1. Some manipulation they are going to do with the random. Manipulation means some changes they are going to do. Actually, some formula they want to create, so that we can just put that formula, we are getting the value what we required for us. That's why they had created few formulas for us, so that we can apply random for our programs. Think about it. If I'm trying to say that you have to play a dice, you all know, and that dice always provides us number between 1 to 6. Means it doesn't say that when we are playing a Ludo, at that time we are playing a dice and we are getting values between 1 to 6. Any value at any time we are getting. Means that time a random values we are getting from 1 to 6. Anytime we are getting any value. The same thing random do. And if we want to create a program for Ludo, if we want to create program to get something like this where we are getting a random values, then we have to use math.random. That's why they had created few formulas so that we can create our own programs with the help of random. And see what happened. I'm telling you this with the example. If we want numbers from 0 to n minus 1, means if we want numbers from, if value of n is 10 and I want a number from 0 to 9, what I have to do? That's why we are having a formula with us. I want random values from 0 to 9, but something we have to do with the random. Then random is going to provide us value between 0 to 9. It always provide values between 0 to 1, and but I want value from 0 to 9. I want each and every value between 0 to 9. Then something we have to do with the formula. Means something we have to do with random. What we are going to do? See, first of all, math.random provides us some sort of value, and then we are going to multiply n with the value. Means I am going to multiply 10 with that value. If I am having, for example, if I am getting from random that is 55, 0.55, and then I am going to multiply it with 10, what I am getting? 5.5. Means still we are getting a random number, but 0.5 is moving towards backward side and it is placed here. See, this happens, but I want 5 only, not 0.5, because I want numbers between 0 to 9. I don't want point value. That's why I written int here. If we are writing int here, means we are converting it into integer. Then we are getting 5 as our random value between 0 to 9. The same thing I'm telling you in this way. See, if math.random provide us value that is 0.012 and we are going to multiply it with 10, what will happen? See, our decimal move towards backward side and we are getting 0.12 into, we are getting 0.12 when we are multiplying it with 10. And after that, when we are getting our integer value, then we are having 0 with us. See, 0 to n minus 1, that is 9. 0 to 9 we are getting 0. And if I'm talking about math.random is going to provide us value that is 0.992. We are going to multiply it with 10. What will happen? Think about it. Again 0 moving backwards. Then we are getting 9.92. And then we are getting our integer value from 9.92 and we are getting 9. Means again we are getting a value between 0 to 9. Means minimum value what we are getting, that is 0, and maximum value what we are getting, that is 9. Exactly what I want, it is satisfied with this formula. See, program I had created for you all, so that you can judge what I'm saying and what I'm getting from my program. See, this time I created loop from 1 to 8 and increasing it by 1 means 1 2 I'm going to count it till 8, 1 to 8, and I'm going to display each and every value in different line 8 times. See what I am getting as output. See, first value is 2, then 0, then 1, 1, 9, 4, 3, 4. Minimum value is 0, maximum value is 9. I think you are able to understand what I am saying. In this way, we are getting our random values. And then moving forward with the next example, one more modification we have done in a previous formula, that is, in previously we are not having plus 1 here, but in next we are having the same formula but plus 1 I had placed here. Previously what I am getting 0 to 9 when we are having this formula, but when I am adding plus 1 with it, what I am getting, see, when I am doing plus 1 means the lower range what I am getting, that is 1, and the upper range what I am getting, that is 10. If I want a value between 1 to 10, then I have to use this formula. See the example, I'd written the same logic but I placed 1 plus 1. Then see the output what I am getting. See the range starting from 1, the maximum range is 10, and in between we are having few random numbers. See, in this way we are getting our random numbers from 1 to 10. If I'm saying that if you are n is 100 means you want number from 1 to 100, what you have to do, you have to just write, in place of 10 you have to write 100. You are getting value between 1 to 100 means you have to fill any value here. If you are filling 55, then you are getting, if you are filling in place of 5 and that is 55, then you are getting value from 1 to 55. If you are filling 1000, then you are getting 1 to 1000, values between 1 to 1000. In this way you can have any random range. You can insert any random range in your programs if you want to do. And then we have a next level. See, in the previously what we are getting 0 to n minus 1, then we are getting 1 to n, but always from 0 or 1. If we want a range between 10 to 100 or 55 to 70, then what we have to do? Somehow we want another formula for that, because always range starting from 0 and 1, but we want another range starting different range I want, then we have another formula. The starting range and the ending range we have to mention. We have to store starting range in m, ending range in n, and then we have to use this formula. And see, when we are writing this formula, we are getting a range between two numbers. See, I had created program so that you can see what we are getting as output. See, I had mentioned the starting range, that is 10, ending range, that is 5, and till 8 times I want a number between 10 to 58 times. See, I am getting the values between 10 to 50. Lowest range is 10. Highest range the program provides us 49, means till for 50 I'd already written 8 times. If I'm moving more forward, then I'm getting 50 also sometimes. Because it is random value, we can't force that random to display 50. It depends on random only. Any value random can provide us. That's why, see, between 10 to 50 we are getting values 8 times, different values. Sometime a value may be repeated, it doesn't matter, it may be repeated, but what we have to check, that we are getting what we want. A range between, if I'm telling that range between 10 to 55, I'm getting that 10 to 55, but I have to follow this formula. Means we have to fill the value here, and then we have to place the formula here, and we are getting what we want. This is the way to handle random. We are having different formulas, and we can apply this random function in our program also. This, now I had already created this so that you can understand. Both are complicated topics, go with it. If you are not able to understand, again replay this video so that you can able to understand. Again and again play it, then you are getting what I want to say. If you are getting, try to write all these things in your copy as notes. And if still you have doubt, then do clear with me. For now, goodbye and good luck.